Hello, my name is Laura and welcome to English for Lake Atitlan restaurant servers. Today I want to talk to you about meals, menus, and prices. In English there's three main meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're hungry between these meals, you can have a snack. Okay, now I want to talk to you about the food that you can eat at each of these different meals. The first meal is breakfast. And many people have coffee or tea, juice, hot or cold cereal, yogurt, fruit, eggs, toast, muffins, pancakes, bacon, or sausage. The second meal is lunch, and many people have a sandwich, or a salad, or soup, and something to drink. The third meal is dinner. And many people have pizza, salad, fish, meat like chicken or beef, vegetables like potatoes or corn, and something to drink, wine or beer or water. And some people have ice cream or cake for dessert. It depends on the time of day, but for a snack, some people have fruit and cheese or coffee or tea and cookies and a smoothie. Let's look at the breakfast menu from Café Sabor Cruceño in Santa Cruz, La Laguna, Guatemala. Notice that breakfast is served from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And for breakfast, you can have eggs Benedict, pancakes, fruit salad, an omelet, or a special breakfast like the Traveler's Breakfast or the Sabor Cruceño breakfast. Now I want to ask you 3 questions about the breakfast menu. Try to answer each question in English. Breakfast question number 1. Do you have freshly squeezed orange juice? If you answered, yes we do, you are correct. Breakfast question number 2. How much does the fruit salad with yogurt and granola cost? If you answered 30 cues or quetzales, you are correct. And breakfast question number 3. What does the traveler's breakfast include? If you answered bacon, eggs, fruit and bread, served with jam and butter, you're correct. Now let's look at the lunch menu from Café Sabor Cruceño. Notice that lunch is served from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. For lunch, you can have a mixed salad, a sandwich, grilled chicken, or a dish called hokom. Now I want to ask you 3 questions about the lunch menu. Okay? Lunch question number 1. How much does the pepper steak cost? If you answered 40 cues or quetzales, you were correct. Lunch question number 2. Does the hokom dish have nuts? I'm allergic. If you answered no, it does not, you are correct. Lunch question number 3. Does the vegetable sandwich have onions in it? If you answered no, it does not, you are correct. Okay, let's take a look at the drink menu from Café Sabor Cruceño. Notice that you can have a cold drink or a hot drink. My favorite is the smoothie, a licuado in Spanish, made with water, milk, or yogurt. Drink question number 1. What kind of beer do you have? If you answered, we only have Gallo beer, you're correct. Drink question number 2. How much does the Guatemalan hot chocolate cost? If you weren't answered 13 cues or quetzales, you're correct. And drink question number 3. Do you have mint tea? If you answered, yes we do, you're correct. The last topic for today is how to answer questions about prices and converting them to other currencies. In other words, some tourists may ask you to say the price of something on the menu or the entire bill in US dollars or another kind of money. Of course, that's difficult to do because the exchange rate changes every day. So, for example, you can tell your customers, according to the current exchange rate, 1 US dollar is 7.68 Guatemalan quetzales or Qs. Remember the rule below. To convert or change Guatemalan quetzales to US dollars, you have to use the current exchange rate and divide. And to change US dollars to Guatemalan quetzales, you have to use the current exchange rate and multiply. So, for example, on the menu at Sabor Cruceño, the limonada con soda costs 15 Qs. 15 Qs divided by 7.68, the current exchange rate, is $1.95 in US money. Another example, the traveler's breakfast is 35 Qs. 35 Qs divided by the current exchange rate is $4.56. Excellent. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson about the names of meals in English, the different kinds of food you can eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how to answer questions about a menu.